The Red Wedding, a song of betrayal. Robb Stark was winning the war. Battle after battle, the young wolf outsmarted armies twice his size. Lords whispered his name with fear, and soldiers followed him with belief. He was young, brave, and honest, everything a king should be. But war is not won by swords alone, it is won by promises. And Robb Stark broke one. To secure an alliance, he had sworn to marry a daughter of House Frey, but his heart led him elsewhere. He chose love over politics, honor over strategy. He believed an apology would be enough. Walder Frey did not forget the insult. He only smiled. The invitation. Months later, Robb received word from the twins. Walder Frey offered forgiveness. There would be a wedding, this time between Edmure Tully and a Frey girl. Food, wine, and peace would seal the past. Under the ancient laws of Westeros, guest right would protect them all. Catelyn Stark felt the chill immediately. Walder Frey was not a man who forgave, but Robb believed in honor. He believed that men kept their word when bread and salt were shared. So the Stark banners crossed the bridge, and the gates closed behind them. A feast of smiles. The hall was loud with laughter and music. Tables overflowed with meat and wine. Walder Frey watched from his high seat, thin lips curled into a polite grin. Robb drank cautiously. Catelyn watched everything. She noticed the doors, she noticed the guards, she noticed Roose Bolton, quiet, calm, strangely detached. The music played on, then it changed. The song was familiar but wrong, slow, dark. The Rains of Castamere. Catelyn froze. That song belonged to House Lannister, and suddenly everything became clear. When the doors closed, crossbows dropped from the gallery. Steel flashed. The first bolts tore into Stark soldiers before they could stand. Chaos exploded. Robb turned just in time to see his direwolf stabbed outside the hall, killed before it could even howl. A message delivered with blood. Arrows struck Robb's chest. He fell to his knees, shock written across his face. He looked down at his wounds, then up at Roose Bolton. Bolton leaned close and whispered words meant only for him. Then he plunged a knife into Robb's heart.
The Lannisters send their regards.
The young wolf died on the floor of a wedding feast. A mother's horror. Catelyn Stark screamed. She clawed her way to Robb's body, blood soaking her hands, her mind shattering with grief. Her son, her king, gone in an instant. Around her, Stark men were butchered like animals. There was no fight, no mercy, only slaughter. Desperate, broken, Catelyn seized Walder Frey's simple-minded grandson and dragged a knife across the boy's throat, threatening his life. Walder Frey did not care. He shrugged.
I'll find another.
That was when Catelyn understood the depth of the betrayal. She killed the boy anyway. And then, with a smile, Walder Frey ordered her death. Her throat was cut. The last thing she heard was laughter. The aftermath. By morning, the river ran red. Robb Stark's body was mutilated. His head was removed and replaced with the head of his direwolf. The Freys and Boltons mocked him, parading the corpse as a warning. The Stark army was destroyed. The war was over. Not because the Lannisters were stronger, but because they were crueler. What the Red Wedding meant. The Red Wedding was not just a massacre, it was the death of honor. It taught Westeros that oaths meant nothing if power demanded otherwise. That guest right, older than any crown, could be broken. That trust was weakness. From that night on, no alliance felt safe, no feast felt warm, and no song sounded harmless again. The North would remember, the world would remember, and long after the music faded, one truth remained. In the Game of Thrones, the most dangerous enemy is the one who smiles and invites you in. This is for YouTube.